Hey Pandalings, this is the Black Belt Panda, and today I have some exciting news. The Towny server is now live on the PandaCraft Server Network. To get to it, just go ahead and connect to the PandaCraft Server Network at play.pandacraft.org. You'll arrive at Skyblock for now. At the moment, we don't have any sort of a hub server. But once you're on Skyblock, just go ahead and type /Towny, and you'll be taken directly to the Towny world. When you arrive, you'll notice the sign right here at spawn. Be sure to read it. It's got some good info. Namely, make sure to read the rules. Just type /rules. You'll be given a link. Click that, and you'll get a nice little page detailing all the rules. Now, continuing on, this is spawn. You'll probably notice we have some interesting decorations. Namely, these nifty little lanterns. There's a little bit more over here. If I come down here, you can see we've got chairs, fireplace, tables. They are all functional. In fact, if I were to grab some raw pork chop, I can even toss it on the fire here, and it'll go ahead and roast that pork chop for me. That's just one of the awesome features we have. I'm vanished. So let me go ahead and toggle pick up there. Pick up that pork chop. All right. You can go up the stairs and look around spawn. There's some neat decorations, but at the moment there's nothing in spawn that's particularly useful. So we'll go ahead and just head out to the next most useful area, possibly more useful. Right here we have the spawn market. And sometimes, if you come from Skyblock, there's a glitch with the latest version of Minecraft that causes the Skyblock maps to carry over. To solve that, just relog, and I'll do that really quick. Okay, and as you can see, after relogging, the signs are all back to normal. So here in the market, we have really nice little shop signs that you can use, much nicer than just the default vanilla signs and chests and things that other servers tend to use. These are actual images. Some of them don't quite have images yet. Hopefully they are coming in the future. We will see. But to use the shop, just left click to sell items to the shop, and right click to buy items from the shop. You'll see the stock right on the sign, and that's how many of those items. So if I were to right click there, we bought coal, the stock went down by 1. If I were to left click, and you don't have to hold the coal in your hand either, you can just left click, and as long as the coal is in your inventory, it'll go through. But of course, I am once again vanished, so let me toggle a couple of things here, and boom, it sold the coal. The economy system in Towny is very unique in the sense that once the stock reaches a certain amount, it'll switch over to a dynamic pricing system, meaning that as the stock increases, the price will decrease. Both the sell and buy price will decrease. In other words, as the market becomes flooded with items, their value decreases, much like real life. So that should help out with the economy considerably, prevent exploits. If an exploit does exist and the market becomes flooded with an item related to an exploit, the exploit will become useless very quickly as the value of that item drops very quickly. And it'll bring it to my attention so I can deal with it. So we've got foods, farming stuff, we've got your basic blocks, there's redstone stuff, there's nether stuff and logs, there are rails and transportation items, some miscellaneous items, stuff you can plant, more farming stuff, and some more miscellaneous items. And one of the items that you'll see in the market is the PandaCraft case. We're going to go over that very shortly. But before we do, I just want to read these signs. They're very helpful. At the moment, the only way to sell a lot of an item, so I'll go ahead and sell some diamonds. I'll sell a stack. We'll add a stack of diamonds to the stock here. You can actually hold the item in your hand, and you can type /HS and then the amount you want to sell. So I could sell, for example, 5. And I've sold 5 diamonds to the shop. If I do HS max, it'll sell all of that item that I have to the shop. Another neat thing is if you don't have it in your hand, let's say you have an inventory full of cobblestone, and you want to quickly get rid of cobblestone, you can just stand here and you can type /sell cobblestone max. It'll sell all the cobblestone in your inventory. As long as you're in the shop, you can use those commands. You don't have to walk up to the images in order to sell. So very useful stuff there. So let's see, what do we have here that's neat? Things that are fun. We have MCMMO, of course. So you get access to the MCMMO leveling system and abilities. So you see in the right there all the different levels and all the different MCMMO skills that are currently possible. Let's see. Here's some more furniture. Just a little something I set out here. A tent, when right-clicked, turns into a crafting menu, so that's pretty neat. Another basic cooking campfire. But yeah, we have some cool furniture. You can see all the furniture crafting recipes, all the tutorials, all of the different features that we have and how to use them and get information on them just by going to pandacraft.org/tutorials. And right there, you'll get access to Skyblock and Towny tutorial sections. Just go ahead, click Towny, and boom, you'll get a list of all the awesome stuff we have. We have Craftbook installed. I have the gates and elevators, bridges, a lot of the smaller features like advanced mob AI and better leads, all enabled. So there's pretty cool stuff to see with that and some cool stuff to experience. But let's move on to something really fun, and that's this PandaCraft case. If any of you are familiar with Counter-Strike Global Offensive, then you'll recognize this case system. I'll just go ahead and give myself a case. So this is the PandaCraft collection case. Currently it's the only case in the game, but I do plan on adding more in the future. These are the items available from it: the golden lasso, the boots of leaping, the spicy meatball, boots of running, scythe, halo, excavator, pickaxe, cubed, or a rare special item, which is the withered bow. Each of them are ranked in order of rarity from blue to gold, and each one has very cool, unique abilities, and you can only get them from the case. You can't get them anywhere else on the server, unless, of course, you get them from another player who received one from a case. There's barrier blocks here, by the way. You won't fall in the lava. So in order to open a case, if I right-click, you'll see you need a key to open a case. Purchase keys at donate.pandacraft.org. You can purchase the keys for $1.99 each, so a little bit cheaper than CSGO and quite a bit more useful than just a skin. Or for those of you who aren't familiar with it, CSGO cases basically just give you visual rewards. They don't actually do anything extra. The stuff I added does. So I'll go ahead and give myself a key. So once you have a key, which you can get again from donate.pandacraft.org, or if you already donated, you'll receive a key when you log in. And if you purchase a rank, you will also receive a certain number of keys depending on the rank that you have purchased. Just go ahead and right-click with your case in your hand, and the fun begins. So you get this neat little animation. It'll stop on a random item, and again, certain items are more rare than others. So you can see this item is pink, which makes it pretty rare. It is the excavator. Now you have a chance to get your item enchanted. It's similar to CSGO's stat track in the sense that it just makes the item a little more special. In this case, we've got efficiency 2, unbreaking 3, and fortune 4. So that's pretty neat. We'll just head over here, and you can see what the excavator does. If I look down there, it breaks a 3x3 area in the direction that you're facing. So if I look that way, it'll break in that way. If I look that way, it'll break that way. It even works up. So that's the excavator. I will go over a couple more of the items from the case just because they're really neat. If I give myself, let's see, XP bottle. Actually, let me give myself another case so I can see the colors here. The XP bottle is the halo. So that's a pink, which is color code D. So I'm just going to give myself one of those. So this is a halo. Now, when you throw the halo, it heals all the players around you in a 10 by 10 area, or rather a radius of 10, centered on wherever the XP bottle lands when you throw it. And it does heal them all the way up to full health and creates a nifty little halo effect. So I'll demonstrate that now. So there's the halo effect. Anybody standing under that halo gets healed right up to full health. So if I chuck that way out there, boom, you can see I'm still under it. And I'll just fly up here so you can see what the halo looks like. It is a really cool effect. So if you get this from the case, you actually get a stack of them, so that's pretty cool. Another one you can get is the pickaxe cubed, which is definitely one of my favorites, and it's basically the excavator, but for mining. It mines a 3 by 3 area. The golden lasso allows you to right-click on animals and pick them up, and then you can right-click again to place them somewhere. The boots of leaping give you jump boost while you're wearing them. The spicy meatball, that's pretty interesting. If you eat the spicy meatball, then for 5 minutes afterwards, if any monster attacks you directly by touching you, so skeletons shooting you doesn't count, they will catch on fire. And you will also be immune from catching on fire for those 5 minutes. And you do get a stack of those as well. And then we also have the scythe, which again is like the excavator, but for crops. It harvests crops in a 3 by 3 area. And then, of course, the rare special item is the withered bow, and this converts arrows into wither skulls. Whoosh! It does not take durability damage, but it does consume arrows, hence why it's the rare special item. There's a 1% chance to get it in the case, and in my opinion, it is definitely the best item in the case. So if you get that, woohoo! Awesome, you are very lucky. Even more so if you get it enchanted, because once again, there's a chance for your items to become enchanted. So I spent a lot of time making those items, about 10 hours of non-stop programming. I like all of them. I have fun with all of them. Let's see. And I almost forgot, of course. The cases themselves can be received by killing monsters and mining ores. So you don't have to purchase the cases. In fact, you can't purchase the cases on the website. You can purchase them from here or sell them to here if you don't have any interest in opening them. But they are pretty easy to get. There's a 1% drop chance from monsters and mining ore to get a case. And again, I plan on adding more cases in the future that will probably have different methods of opening, receiving the key. For example, one of my ideas was a key you can get just by voting on all the lists for a week. So cool stuff. Definitely plan adding. Let's go ahead and cover some more stuff. This might be a bit of a long video, so bear with me as I go through everything. But again, you can go through the tutorials and see for yourself if you don't want to watch the whole video. So when you vote, you receive random items. And one of the things you get is an MCMMO level. You can use those by typing in redeem, and you'll get this cool little menu, and you can actually choose what skill you want to redeem your MCMMO levels in that you receive from voting. We also have an auction system that allows you to auction an item from your hand. You can set the amount, the start price, the bid increment, and the auto win amount. If you want. It's sort of like a buy it now amount from eBay. But the nice thing about this auction plugin is it's much less spammy than a lot of auction plugins, and gives you all the info in chat on the item itself. So it'll say, for example, 1 diamond pickaxe. You hover over the name and it'll give you all the info about the pickaxe. And speaking of hovering over names, if you look in chat here, you can hover over a player's name to see the town they're in, the nation they're in, their balance. So if you're concerned about being scammed somehow, relating to the player's balance, you can check their balance just by hovering over the name, and you can even see their MCMMO levels. And if you hover over their rank, you can see their actual rank. Like for example, Blue Apple here says Challenge E, but if we hover over it, we can see that he's a tune-in, so that's his donator rank, and you can click it to access the donator store. If you click the player's name, it'll autofill message and then player for you. And of course, it supports switching between different chats. So if you wanted to do town chat or nation chat, you could do that. So I just enabled TC. I'm banished, so I can't talk, but it does insert a little TC or N before your name, and you can hover over that, click on it, and it'll switch you into that channel or out of it. It'll toggle you in that channel. So just a neat little feature that is available in the chat system. Up next, we have pets. This is a donator feature. /pet select will pull up a list of different pets that you can choose from if you are a donator. Different ranks get, of course, different pets, and same goes for disguises. All sorts of different entities you can disguise as, depending on which donator rank you have. And then another neat one is the ability to craft backpacks. If I do npack get 9, I'll show an example here. This is a satchel. It's the smallest backpack you can craft. All the crafting recipes are on the website at pandacraft.org/tutorials. And if you right click, of course, you have access to the backpack. Items are bound to the backpack, so if you throw it and another player picks it up, they have just received all your items. So don't lose it. Or you may lose your stuff. But it also means that, unlike a lot of other plugins that store your items per player, there's pretty much no chance of your items randomly disappearing, which is a major bug with a lot of backpack plugins where players' items all just vanish. So you shouldn't see that issue here. But you can craft multiple different types of backpacks, everything from 9 slots to 54 slots in increments of 9. So there's 9 different types of backpacks, and you can have 5 at a time of any size. So you can have 5 54 slot backpacks. Very useful for mining, building, transferring inventories from one player to another, or just moving entire chests around. So yeah. Another donator feature is, of course, /enchant. This is a plugin that I've spent a lot of time writing, where you can actually choose enchantments in a nifty little menu. And if the item can receive that enchantment, for example, if I give myself a diamond sword and then I enchant it, I can choose sharpness, and I can choose the level of sharpness I want to put on it. The cost depends on your donator rank. Nukenin, for example, gets free enchantments. So if you click it, boom, it's enchanted. You can go back and you can pick more enchantments if you want. Boom, and as you can see, it's enchanted. Want to remove them, you just type /disenchant, and boom, they're all gone. Very cool. Another one that I just wrote the other day is this spawner plugin here. Donators can mine spawners, daimyo and up, can mine them with a Silk Touch enchanted diamond pickaxe. But any player can use the spawners, so you can buy spawners from players who have mined them if they're a high enough rank and they're selling them. You can also buy them, of course, on the store at donate.pandacraft.org. So if I place this spawner here, it's default a pig spawner. If I right click, you get a neat little menu here. All the mobs at the top here can be set by any player. You do not have to be a donator. There's a fee depending on the type of mob, of course. The more useful the mob, the higher the fee. And then the bottom mobs can be set by donators. So that's VIP plus any donator can set the mobs on the bottom here. And again, the fee ranges based on the usefulness of the mob, with Enderman being the most expensive because Ender Pearls for the win. So if you get a mob spawner and you are not daimyo rank or higher, make sure you place it where you want it, because if you try to mine it, you're just going to break it. You could, of course, ask someone who is a daimyo rank or higher to mine it for you if you trust them. Otherwise, you will have to get another spawner if you break it. So that's really about it. I'm sure I've missed things, but again, just head to pandacraft.org/tutorials and you can see a full list of all sorts of custom features, how to use them, how to craft stuff, all the commands, the Towny commands. I'm not going to go over in this video just because there's so many. But along with this economy system we have, you can make your own player shops as well. And again, tutorials, pandacraft.org/tutorials. There's a section there on how to make a player shop and how to turn it into a chest shop if you'd rather use chests. I have a lot of plans for the server, lots of cool stuff in mind. This, to me, is the bare bones Towny server, as many features as it has at the moment. And as many cool things as it has, like the furniture. I just love the furniture. It's still there's just so many ideas I have that I wanna get around to doing. But anyway, go ahead and hop on, see for yourself, give it a try. Play.pandacraft.org and then just /Towny when you join, or you can connect directly to Towny at towny.pandacraft.org. And have that. Just make sure you join a town or create your own when you get on the server if you want to protect your land. Otherwise, players will be able to break your stuff because, you know, the wilderness is free-for-all. PvP is enabled in the wilderness, and towns can turn that on or off within their towns. You can, if you're in a town, turn on and off mob spawning or animal spawning, fire spread, things like that. You have a lot of control over your town, which is a very cool thing. You can even create embassies so that other players from other towns can come in and claim a plot in your town. There's just so many possibilities. So hop on, give it a try, see if you like it. If you're not a big fan of Towny, hey, we got Skyblock. Lots of cool stuff on Skyblock. So cool stuff coming soon as well. We have a lot of plans for future servers, all of which are going to have awesome custom features that hopefully will create a much nicer experience for you than a lot of other servers might. So thanks for watching. This is the Black Belt Panda, and I hope to see you here on the server soon.